Miss Darren.
Oh, hey Sue, what's up?
I've been really enjoying your acting class, Miss Darren, especially when we've been talking about all that musical theatre stuff. And I was wondering if you would have a look at my new song.
Of course, I'd love to see it.
Now and then I think about the things that Mama missed, but instead of tears, my heart begins to stir. 'Cause she's the one who made me see that miracles exist. So I'll just smile and whisper this to her. I promise you this, Mama, I won't waste a single day, and my miracle will never fade away.
Sue, that's awesome. You've been practicing that a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I really love musical theatre, and even though it takes me a while to get my head around the songs, I just still love it. Mister, do you think I'm talented?
Of course I do, Sue. I think you're very keen and hardworking, and you know, I think with some more training you could be even better. Let's talk about this some more tomorrow, shall we? Maybe we can put in some applications to acting schools.
That'd be awesome.
See how you go? Show me the song again.
Sorry, a teacher texted me.
Well, that's not unusual now, is it, Chantel?
Typical of your family. Don't know what that mother of yours taught you, not much obviously, or that useless father. And he didn't hang around for long, did he? A lot of tea has been spilt in this family.
Yes, Aunt Chantel, you're right.
Well, now that you've decided to grace us with your presence, I've got news for you. Your mother has cancer. There, I said it. They took her in the hospital today.
She would have told us. My lovely mother, she's fine. That's not enough time. Enough time. What happened?
Lovely, my arse.
Why? It's just not fair. It's not fair.
Visiting hours are at 6 o'clock, so you better get over there. I don't have time to drive you, I'm busy. Chantel's busy too. We don't have time for your family business. Oh, and don't forget her medication, she left them in her bedroom. Well, go on, get a move on, Sue, don't dawdle.
Oh, and you'll have to tell John, don't forget to get her a toothbrush at the chemist too. She didn't have time to grab anything before they took her away. Well, get going, my dear. We don't have all day.
I've heard all these arguments before. They're just ridiculous in this day and age. The girl deserves to know.
Look, I've told you before. Roger will go crazy. He knows nothing about this baby and he won't accept it. He'll just go nuts. And besides, I made this decision years ago and I stand by it. And you can't talk, Shirley. There's been a lot of tea spilt in this family even before I came along.
Now, Chantel, don't you worry your pretty little head about that. And besides, I can handle Roger. Dear Chantel, haven't you learned anything in all these years? The truth will always come out. Unless, of course, you're determined to be cruel about this. So what's the real reason why you don't tell the girl? What will you lose? And who was the father anyway?
I'm not telling you. He's a prominent member in society and I won't tell you. Oh, all right. I guess she has to know. But you can tell her. I'm not telling her. After all, you're the Miss Goody Two-Shoes in this family.
Chantel, you're her mother. And the girl deserves to know after all these years. I mean, you did move out here to Port Macquarie to keep an eye on her, make sure she was okay.
Well, Roger wasn't too happy about the move and leaving his good job in Sydney.
Okay, Chantel. I'll tell her. But this is the last time I clean up your mess. This is the absolute last time.
Mom, Are you okay?
Yes, dear, I'm fine. Roger must have told you, didn't he?
Yes, Mum. He did.
Well, Sue, I have cancer. This is life. We can't change it. We just have to cope.
But you were so well. It can't be.
We can't pick and choose what happens to us, Sue. We just have to accept it. But let's be happy. I get to see you today.
Is there anything I can do for you? I forgot that dang toothbrush like Chantel said. And here's your medication.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Sue, I want you to talk to John because he will be worried. I don't want you to worry, Sue. We still have time together.
No, Mum. Not enough time. Yes, Mum.
Now, you're a good girl, and I want you to follow your dreams. This is what's important, and to be kind to others. I'm going into God's hands, and I will be fine. Don't you worry. Now, off you go and see John, and don't you forget that toothbrush, really, really dear.
So do you have any more questions?
No, thank you.
Alright, we'll check on you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hi, Mrs. Jones. How are you today?
Oh, I'm well, thank you, dear. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I understand you want to talk to me about Sue and her progress?
Yes, and about something else as well.
Well, Sue's doing very well with her acting and theatre studies. She's super keen to apply to acting schools in Sydney. She's passionate and she's hardworking, and I think this would be a really great move for her. What do you think?
Oh, I'm keen for that, provided it's a good school and good reputation and that sort of thing. Would you be able to help her with her applications? I'm a bit indisposed, if you get my drift.
Of course, Mrs. Jones. I'd be happy to do that for you.
Now, Jane, there is something else I wanted to talk to you about. Do you remember when you were adopted to the Durhams, you weren't told who your real parents are?
Yes?
Your real mother lives in Port Macquarie, and she moved here to keep an eye on you, to make sure that you were all right. When I was working in Sydney as a midwife, I delivered you.
I had no idea, Mrs. Jones.
Now, this may come as a shock to you, my dear. Do you know my sister-in-law, Chantel Jones?
Yes, Sue's aunt.
Chantel is your real mother. She wasn't married at the time she gave birth to you. I've tried to find out who your father is, I really have, but she's sticking firm, she won't tell me. Maybe you'll have better luck than me.
I have my parents, Mrs. Jones, and I love them. They may not be my biological family, but they raised me as their own, and, you know, we don't need to be connected by our DNA to be family. Sure, I was confused growing up, and it took me a while to get over the fact that my real parents didn't want me, but I was adopted into the most amazing family. Most kind and generous and loving, and, you know, I couldn't ask for more than that.
I understand, dear. This really has been a lot to take in. I hope it hasn't been too much of a shock for you.
That's okay, Mrs. Jones. I can manage. Thank you for telling me.
So, school's going well. Miss Durham's actually helping me apply for acting schools. And there's one I'm really interested in. It's called NIDA, the National Institute of Dramatic Arts. It sounds amazing, and Kate Blanchett went there.
Wow, it's amazing.
Mom, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure, Sue.
A few months ago, when I was looking for your medication, I found an adoption paper, a photo of you, Chantel, and a baby. Who is the baby?
Jane, your teacher, is the baby. And she was just here this morning, and I told her the truth. Chantel, your aunt, is her real mother. So that makes her your cousin. Isn't that a bit exciting for you?
Oh, that's a surprise. We've kept that a secret a long time, Mum. Does Roger know?
No, but he will soon.
I think you're very good and brave to have kept a secret like that for so many years. It was a struggle just to keep it for a few months.
Well, times were different then, Sue. But it's much better to be honest, don't you think?
It's okay, Sue. Just try to relax. It's gonna be okay.
She's gone. And there's nothing I can do.
Thank God that's over. Now we can get on with our lives.
Absolutely.
That's a bit cold. Don't you care?
John.
No, hold on. Don't you care about your sister at all? About us? I don't know how you come from the same family. All you've ever done is cause us trouble. Our mother's died and you're just standing there like it's another Friday. You're a spineless pig, you can't even look at me. Come on, look at me, goddammit, look at me!
You self-entitled piece of shit. You think this whole world revolves around you? There's the door.
Screw you, Roger.
Kiss your lips and the lids of your eyes. Let down your defenses and just let me in. 'Cause I told you before, I hate it when we're fighting.
So, I've got some news.
Come on, tell us your news.
Go on, Sue, tell us.
I've been accepted. I can't believe it myself. I've been accepted to NIDA to study acting. I can't believe it. Mum would have been so proud. She always did say that in life there are two train tracks running, good and bad, and that good and bad things will always happen. This is my dream, and it's coming true. I'm so happy. And on the other hand, I have a new cousin. I'll fill you in later, Emily.